Okay, my fellow Mercedes-Benz diesel lovers, this is my 1979 Mercedes-Benz that I have on eBay up for bid here at the end of January and the first few days of February 2012. You'll notice it's a 5-cylinder, 3-liter, non-turbocharged engine. Right here you have your fuel injectors and your fuel injector pump. The fuel injectors have been rebuilt with Monarch injectors made in Germany. There's new return lines to the master cylinder and the brake servo unit here. Solid and clean, no leaks. No smoking from the engine. The power steering pump, a little filter in there, fairly new. Your cigar hose, shaped like that on purpose, so it doesn't build up pressure in there from the fuel returning to the fuel tank that's not used by the engine. See all your hoses, solid. Mercedes-Benz hose clamps are rolled on the edge so they don't cut into your hose. The old York air compressor, air conditioner compressor, made in the United States by the York Air Conditioning Company. You notice it's got a new clutch, has all new O-rings in there, all been recharged, works just fine. The air filter, the vacuum hose going from the air filter, so it gets clean air. Vacuum pump is solid, there's a main vacuum line. All vacuum hoses are clean, hooked up. A fairly new check valve here. This check valve is okay. And over here it's your air intake. Little funnel I keep down here just for changing the oil and whatnot. There's your climate control servo. New. All new hoses and clamps down there. Here's your interstate battery, 75-month warranty, started last April of 2011, so it's got quite a bit of time left on the warranty. You'll notice the battery tray has been stripped down. Surface rust was removed. It was code was 415, which is an anti-rust agent that a lot of car restorers swear by. No rust. You see that the hinges, no rust. There are drains down inside of here. Water drains, no problem. I keep them clean. I blow it out with my air compressor. And the problem I have down here is these a lot of pin oaks, and these pin oak leaves tend to get in everything. You can see there's one right there. So I'll take my vacuum and vacuum them out. The other hands, I can see a couple of pin oak leaves down in there. I'll vacuum them out. Your fuse box, where some of your vacuum lines go in to the inside of the car. Vacuum works good. Door lock, trunk lock, and the fuel filler door are all vacuum operated. Everything works just fine. You lock the door, lock the driver's door with a key, everything locks up. You see your heater hose are fairly new, good shape. Your oil filter housing. Move this back, you can see the nuts. There's a nut here and a nut down here. You take them off, pull the lid off, slide the oil filter out, throw a new one in there. You don't have to crawl under the car, of course, to change the oil filter. In fact, I never crawl under the car because I use an oil extractor to extract the oil out of the dipstick hole. So I never crawl under the car to change the oil. I just have a vacuum oil extractor. And that gets every last drop of old oil out of there. This car right now is running on 5W40 Rotella, made by Shell, synthetic oil. You can get it at Walmart in gallon jugs, fairly reasonable. I run it in my Ford diesel pickup. put many miles on that diesel pickup, and it makes me quiets the engine down, and it really does a good job of lubricating. Now I live here in the south. It's quite warm down here, and I've never had any problem with 5W40 synthetic oil in these diesel engines, and it is rated for diesel engines. You'll notice my hand pump down here. That's when you change the fuel filters. This canister filter just kind of screws off, and there's a little inline fuel filter here. You see with the blue line. Very easy to change. You unscrew this, pump it a couple times to get the air out of the fuel lines, and you're good to go. You'll notice it's a solid billet style aluminum pump, not the plastic one that Mercedes puts on here that leaks after about a day after you get a new one on there, it'll start leaking. You notice there's no leaks in the fuel injector line, or the injection pump. The injection pump down there. That little silver thing right there, that's a glow plug. There's 5 of them. The car originally came with pencil style glow plugs, which is just a stick that went inside the pre-chamber. It has been upgraded to the loop style glow plugs from the later turbocharged Mercedes-Benz. All the wiring is new, the fuse is new, and it really does a good job of starting this car in cold weather. This car fired right up this morning. It was about 35 degrees. It's not real cold to you all, but here in the south, that's cold. Idles nicely. I'll rev it up a little bit for you. No missing, no hesitation. Runs great. Transmission's in excellent condition. Shifts normally. Transmission fluid is bright red. It has been serviced regularly. I have every service record goes back to 1979 on this car. Every oil change, and it's stamped by, you know, has it stamped in the book, the little service book. In fact, one service book got filled up and they had to go to another service book. So there's actually 2 service books. And I also have every repair record going back to 1998 that has been done on this car. And it's quite extensive. The previous owner took excellent care of this car. You see that the seal, the trunk, the hood seal up there is in good shape. Radiator is in good shape. The water pump down there has been changed. Got a new thermostat. Gasket in there. Does not overheat at all. There's a vacuum pump down there. That's in great shape. There's a vacuum system work. As I said, the water pump has been replaced. All these belts are fairly new. They are the Continental brand belts, which are the best for use on this Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz comes with that out of the factory. Keep this motor clean, keep the car clean, washed and waxed. But it's time for me to move on. I'm fully retired now, and I have a boat and several other projects I'm working on, including under this cover is well, you can't see now, see the windshield there, a motorcycle with a sidecar. So that's my next project. Hope you enjoyed this video. You decide if you want to bid on this car, you win the bid and you're the high bidder, you will not be disappointed, I don't think. It's an outstanding diesel engine. It's 28 to 30 miles per gallon on the highway. I mean, you'll read online where they say they get 40. Well, that's a lot of nonsense. This gets, in the real world, 28 to 30 miles per gallon on the highway. It can be converted to run waste vegetable oil if you'd like to do that. It will take some conversion to do that. I would not do that as it is. waste vegetable tends to gum up in the engine. So you have to have a heater on it to keep it warm, keep it from gumming up. Well, other than that, if you got any questions, you can ask the eBay in the question, or you can send me an email. Here's your windshield washer. It's in good shape. Works. Pump works. As you can see, the belts are no wobbling or squealing, anything like that. One more time before we go. Quiet valves, they've just been adjusted. I just adjusted them. I've included my valve adjusting wrenches, specially made for Mercedes-Benz diesel engines. They're in the trunk. So if you want to do a valve adjuster, you get yourself a feeler gauge. Use these wrenches, and in about an hour and a half, you'll be able to adjust the valves yourself. It's the overhead cam, so the cam loops are right up at the top. Very simple job. This car is actually, although it looks very complex, it's very easy to work on, and parts are readily available. I can get any part for this car that you could possibly imagine, either new or used, from somewhere. There are literally thousands upon thousands of these vehicles still running in the world. If you go over to the Middle East, there's taxi cabs. There are all these 1, 2, 3 body styles with diesel engines. Even in Europe, you'll see a lot of these 1, 2, 3 body styles use as taxi cabs. I want to show you one other thing. The headlights. This is a Hella, made in Germany, Hella H4 headlight. It takes a H4 bulb, it's installed from behind. It's real easy to do. They're very bright, and a big improvement over the steel beam lights that came with the car. These fog lights, you're most likely to see these in yellow. This particular year of car, they came clear. I think 1980 or 81 they started putting the yellow ones in there. As you can see, I got another Pit Oakley visitor. This is your auxiliary fan. This will come on when the engine reaches a certain temperature and the air conditioner is on. This is brand new, works perfect. You can see the air conditioner condenser here. No problems with it, a couple bugs in it, but other than that, I always hose it out, keep it nice and clean. This car would make an excellent commuter car. Radio works, sunroof works. It's really good. Okay. See, my battery's running low, so I'm going to have to cut it off now. If you got any questions, again, send me a message through eBay. Thanks a lot for watching.